draft is done. Hope you got your sleepers and a QB that can run. Turn off NASCAR, put the trophy back. That belt means nothing but a sore old back. Forget last season, that's ancient news. Your title don't matter in these new shoes. It's a brand new war and the line is drawn, and we're all just praying, dear God, not Sean. So crack that beer, wipe off the grill, tell the wife and kids y'all be chill. I'll see you Tuesday, maybe Monday night, if my flex don't fumble and my kicker's right. Forget your troubles, this is football, son, where legends are born and friendships come undone. It could be anyone's year under the fantasy sun. Just don't let it be Sean, please Lord, not Sean. Sean's talking smack like he's 10 feet tall, but he drafted 2 sleepers and a kicker in the fall. Says he's projected to win it all week 1, but we know that sleeper projections mean none. He's got memes locked and comebacks loaded, his bench full of bust, but his ego's bloated. We ain't here for friendship, we're here for the fight. So set your line up straight and buckle in tight. Forget your job, forget your pride, you're now the coach of this roller coaster ride. Week 1 sets the tone, don't come out flat or you'll be crying on Monday wearing your ill hat. It's all wide open like a Sunday bomb. Could be anyone's year, just please not Sean. We beg you, football gods, not Sean. He once won in 24 by pure dumb luck. Now he struts around like a lifted truck. He names his team Cash, calls himself the Dawn, but the whole dang league's just whispering, not Sean. So here's to the drama, the glory, the beer, the Sunday redemption and Monday fear. We'll laugh and we'll cry till the playoffs dawn, but swear on a Bud Light, don't let it be Sean. Yeah, good luck fellas, may your waiver be strong, but anyone but Sean. If Sean wins again, we cancel the league.
And there you have it, boys. Week 1, our first video talking about some predictions, going over what we see for the year, and of course, if you were listening along, to begin with an intro song. So we talked a little bit about right after the draft and how this is a year to maybe add a little bit of AI into our league, and that's what we've started to do. So I know, and we'll talk about it here in a little bit, about some predictions that like ChatGPT made and see how close. I would love to see how that actually turns out at the end of the year. But I've also was able to, of course, use it to create a fun little song about week 1. And of course, as you kind of got the message of the song, right? It's week 1, new year, let's do this. Anyone can win. Just don't let it be Sean. Alright, so a little fun to start off the video. So what we've got in store today, we're going to go over a couple of things. So of course we're going to take a look at the season, we're going to make a few predictions, we're going to make a few people mad like we always do. We'll review some of those ChatGPT predictions, but then that's all for fun. That's AI. What do they know? They're not the commish of this league. I am. So I'm going to make my picks on who I feel is going to make the playoffs, who won't make the playoffs, and then while we're here, let's pick for week 1, and then we'll wrap it up. So, fantastic. So, first thing, let's jump in. Let's review. So, I know I sent it out here in the group chat, right, to everybody about what ChatGPT had to say. So, let's revisit in case you didn't pay attention, or maybe you forgot. So, strong teams by far. It loved Clint's team, Jake's team, my team. It picked us as the top 3. Everybody, Jeremy, Sean, Dez, Adam, John, kind of in the middle. And the 4 bottom teams, it said Josh, Will, Jay, Ian. And it kind of gave the records, as you can see on the screen here. So everywhere from projecting Clint's team to be 11-3, Jake and I to be 10-4, all the way down to Jay 6-8 and Ian 5-9. And then we kind of asked it, break it down a little bit. Who do you see? Kind of tiers, top tiers. Exactly how it ranked it, right? Clint, Jake, myself, with the fringe playoff rebuild candidates being Jay and Ian at the bottom. That's on there. So we also did. We asked it to analyze Sean's team, which was kind of fun to see what it would give us back. I actually did a lot of that with my team just to see what it would kind of tell you. But of course, who knows what it's going off of right now, how that will actually hold for the actual season, and how it thinks it knows things better than I do. But when it came down to, we asked it to make a prediction, and we said, hey, who's the best team? Who's us out there? Not even based on the records, but now that we had all 12 teams dropped in, who did it feel like had the best team? And it picked Jeremy. And Jeremy wasn't, where did it pick Jeremy for record? Pick Jeremy as the fourth team, saying 9-5, but it's kind of saying that Jeremy's going to pull what Sean did last year, and maybe not have the best record going into the playoffs, but to be the favorite once it gets into the playoffs. So it loves his quarterback, loves his running backs. It just really says he's got a strong team, balanced bench depth. He's got a great balance of high floor and high ceiling players, plus a top tier quarterback and wide receivers. And he's a strong contender to win it this year. So congrats, Jeremy, already on being the computer's pick to win this league. But of course, again, that was ChatGPT, and it doesn't know more than me. So we'll see what I pick. So let's get into that. So looking at the draft and looking at teams, we took a little bit of time right after the draft, and we kind of studied on draft positions, keepers, and I remember kind of talking a little bit about some teams that I felt that surprised me, that kind of stood out, and that I actually thought would do really, really well this year. But before we talk about the good teams, because of course there's 6 playoff teams, we got 12 total teams, so 6 teams will be happy, they're going to make the playoffs, and of course 6 teams will not. And if you're curious on what teams will not, well, let me tell you. So, number 1 team that I feel like that won't make the playoffs, Josh. Josh, nothing personal, just looking over your team, running back depth. I know, scroll down to make sure I'm not missing keepers. Nope, not. 2 Jaguars heavy, that's probably all I got to say, but I don't think Josh is going to make the playoffs this year. John, unfortunately, not excited about John's team. I think he's definitely got some talent on there, can put up some points. I just consistently, I don't feel it. Adam's team kind of the same way. Adam went running back. I mean, he's got just a lot of wide receivers, good wide receivers that are in their running backs. It's not a bad team by any means. I don't feel like Adam's making the playoffs. Who else won't make the playoffs? Ian. Ian, you got St. Brown. I think that'll give you a ton of points. Hampton should have a good year. I can't say I love your running backs or even quarterbacks for that point, but I don't think Ian makes the playoffs this year, and neither does Jake. Jake, who went running back pretty strong, and I think had Pacheco as his keeper. Quarterback, McCarthy, Herbert. Yeah, I don't feel great about Jake's team either. And the last one, the last of the 6 not to make the playoffs, that's Jay. Very strong at wide receiver. Quarterback that I know, based on his keepers, he had to wait for some running back. His running back scares me. His depth a little bit on there. So those are your 6 teams who I say will not make the playoffs. You got Josh, John, Adam, Ian, Jake, and Jay. And if your name was not called, I know you're super excited right now, right? Because this is all that matters, is that the commission picks your team to make the playoffs. Well, of course, it's a little bit more than that. You actually got to perform. Because I'm pretty sure most years, don't pick Sean to make the playoffs, and then he still does, and all that. So, yeah. So the 6 teams that will make the playoffs, we'll start with Clint. Really like his team. Loved his keepers. Think it's very strong pretty much across the board. ChatGPT picked him as one of the favorites. I feel the same way. My team, although I will say after the draft, I did not like it. ChatGPT gave me some hope. Doing a little bit more research, I feel like my team is average at best, but it's got one hell of a manager running it, so I feel like that's going to be the difference to make the playoffs this year. Yes, we'll pick Sean to also make the playoffs as well. So Sean, I mean, great keepers, especially where he was drafting. Very strong running back core. I mean, yeah. Sean should be in the playoffs this year as long as he doesn't screw it up. Dez, I also like Dez's team. He's got, Judkins. Got to wait and see how that turns out. Yeah, I mean, it's Dez. I feel like Dez is one heck of a manager when it comes to, pickups and starts and sits and all that good stuff. So I've got confidence that Dez will make the playoffs once again this year. And then Will. I do like Will's team. I mean, he's got Barkley, which is solid. Just kind of across the board. I mean, Will just got a lot of really good talents. Got some young players as well. Yeah, I feel good about Will's team. And there's one name that we haven't picked yet, and that's Jeremy. So yes, I'm picking Jeremy to make the playoffs. I know, right? Wasn't last year he was dead last? Wasn't the past couple years he hasn't been? Anyways, those are the past years. But this year, I like his team. Chat GPT loved his team. I'm on board. I believe the same. He went young. He went, high, possibilities, I think, on his team. He could put up a ton of points in any given week, but he might have to work through some of the rookies and the young and, kind of deal with that. But I think when the year's done, exactly like ChatGPT says, he probably won't have the best records because it's probably going to take him a little while to figure out the best combination for his lineups. He'll get into the playoffs, decently 4th, 5th, 6th seed, somewhere in there. But then I think once the playoffs hit, he excels and he wins. So you heard it here. Jeremy is also my championship team pick. So congrats, Jeremy. There you go. AI loves your team. The commission loves your team. All you got to do is run it well. Guaranteed championship. So while we're at it, since we're talking predictions, right? Let's pick our week 1 pick. So because of how long this video is probably going to be, I'm not going into detail, but I'm just going to use the picks that we talked about for the playoffs and the strong teams versus the weak teams, because really week 1, right, it's all about your best players. You haven't dealt with bye weeks or injuries or anything like that. So we'll look at just kind of who wins without really digging into a ton of details. So week 1 here, we're looking at Jake and Jeremy. Based on what I just said, Jeremy wins this week over Jake. Next one, Sean and Dez, 2 playoff contenders that I have. I think this will be really, really close, but I'll give the edge to Sean, who wins this week over Dez. Next, we've got Will and John. Let's see, Will was another playoff pick. John was not, so this one is pretty easy. Will over John this week. Next, we've got Ian and Jay, both teams that I picked not to make the playoffs, so this is kind of a toss-up. I'm going to give this edge to Jay this week to beat Ian. And then you got Clint, you got Josh. Clint, one of the Super Bowl favorites here, and Josh picked not to make the playoffs, so should be a pretty easy pick here by saying Clint will win this week. And then the last one would be myself versus Adam. Adam, again, another team that I did not pick the playoffs. My team, I did pick the playoffs. So if everything goes as hopefully planned, I should get the win this week. So there's your winners this week in week 1. Jeremy, Sean, Will, Jay, Clint, and myself. So, all right, we'll start to wrap up. But just a few thoughts on these videos here. So I know last year, we kind of decided to play, some entry songs and kind of base that on who was, ranked number 1 and give them the pick of the song. And I still like that. We still will probably go back to that. Just unfortunately, Will dominated the regular season. So that man picked, every week but one. I think Clint had 1 week in there, the pick, until, we got to the end of the playoffs when Sean got to pick his championship song. So, but we'll probably go back to that. We might do 1 video a week, maybe 2. We'll see. I do like using AI for this, especially when you could kind of put it into a song. They won't all be country songs. Maybe it'll be, a little bit of variety on there, but I think it would be kind of cool to see how it how AI interprets it and rhymes it all together. It puts it into a song, and maybe that'll be part of the video, is just kind of taking bits and pieces of the week, putting it into that and letting it create a song and see how it turns out. If I like it, we'll put it in the video. If we don't like it, then we'll skip that and maybe put an actual song in there. So we'll see. We'll have some fun. over these first couple of weeks to kind of see how it all turns out. But as of right now, I wanted to kind of throw it all together because it's already Wednesday, tomorrow, of course, Thursday, start of the season. I wanted to make sure we had our predictions done for week 1 here. So, all right, we'll wrap up the video. We're going to actually play a little part here to end the song. It's actually from another AI song that I was trying to put together just to see how I like. And I didn't like the whole song, but I liked the chorus. And of course, we tied that into the name of the league. So we'll end here with just the chorus part of another song we had to end this video. So thank you again for everyone. Here we go. Start of week 1. Good luck to everyone. Like the song said, by Sean.
Perrigo knows football, barely that is. We talk like experts, but we draft like kids. We drink too much and we fight for pride. And half our roster's already died, but we show up each year like it's Super Bowl fun. 'Cause Perrigo